Dear friend, good morning. Good morning, students. Today we shall study about the natural convection or free convection. What is natural convection or free convection? Whenever the heat is transferred from a hot surface to a stagnant fluid, it's called as a natural convection. Whereas a forced convection is that where the fluid is forced to flow over a heated surface, then it's called as a forced convection. In forced convection, an external means such as blower, fan, or pumps are used to force the fluid over the heated surface. Whereas the natural convection takes place due to buoyancy force, which is due to density difference, caused again by due to difference in temperature. Now a hot heated vertical plate is shown. The heated vertical plate is at TW greater than surrounding air temperature T infinity. As you can see the figure, the plate will heat the fluid particles adjacent to it by conduction, and a temperature gradient is established. This temperature gradient will cause the density difference in the fluid. The fluid particles which are near to the plate are heated, and then the density decreases, whereas the fluid particles which are at some distance away from the plate are the cold particles, their density is more. A buoyancy force is produced due to the density difference, the presence of a density difference in presence of a gravitational field will cause a buoyancy force. The buoyancy force will act on the heated lighter particles and will push the heated lighter particles upwards, entering the fluid from the surrounding region. Thus a convection current is set up as a result of buoyancy force, which is again caused due to density difference. Now we can see the velocity boundary layer near the heated plate. Velocity of the fluid particle is 0 at the tube surface and at the edge of the boundary layer, and velocity is maximum somewhere within the boundary layer. Temperature profile is also shown. Temperature is maximum at the wall surface and decreases as we move away from the heated plate, and at the edge of the boundary layer it is equal to atmospheric temperature. Again we can see that the velocity boundary layer is flow within the boundary layer is laminar up to some distance from the leading edge of the vertical plate, and it will be turbulent it will be turbulent afterwards. The flow within the boundary layer, whether the flow within the boundary layer is laminar or turbulent, depends upon the factor known as Grashof number. Grashof number is defined as ratio of buoyancy force to the viscous force. Now we shall bring out the Grashof number, a non-dimensional group containing the buoyancy force, and also obtain a relation between the Nusselt number and the Grashof number by using dimensional analysis. Here a fluid particle is shown. Fluid particle immersed in a fluid is shown. The forces acting on the fluid particle are gravitational force and the buoyancy force. Gravitational force is acting downwards. Gravitational force is equal to V rho g then the buoyancy force is V rho 0 G. What is rho? Rho 0, density of the fluid when it is cold. Density of the fluid, rho is density of the fluid when it is heated. So rho 0 is more than the rho. So then the net force acting on the fluid particle is equal to Fg minus Fb minus Fg. It is equal to rho 0 minus rho Gv per divided by rho V. Net force per unit mass. It is rho 0 minus rho by rho into G is equal to rho 0 by rho minus 1 into G. If beta is the coefficient of thermal expansion, then rho 0 equal to rho 1 plus beta into delta theta. Equation 2, where delta theta is the temperature difference between the hot and the cold fluid. Then we'll give rho 0 by rho equal to 1 plus beta delta theta. Putting the value of rho 0 by rho from equation 3 in equation 1, you will get the net force causing the upward flow is beta g delta theta. So beta g delta theta is the force which causes the upward motion of the fluid particle. It is a representation of the buoyancy force. So now the physical the heat transfer coefficient depends upon the beta g delta theta and other terms also like rho L, mu, Cp, K. Now function of rho L, mu, K, HCP beta g delta theta equal to 0. It contains 7 terms containing 4 fundamental dimensions L, M, T, theta. Choosing rho L, mu, K as repeating variables and H, Cp, Pg, beta g delta theta as dependent variables. This will contain, according to Buckingham pi theorems, the number of pi terms will be 7 minus 4, it will be 3. Then pi 1 equal to H rho raised to A, L raised to B, mu raised to C, K raised to D is equal to M0, L0, T0, theta 0. Putting the dimensions of H, rho, L, mu, K and equating it to 0, we get these equations A plus C plus D plus 1 equal to 0, minus 3A plus B minus 3 minus C minus plus D equal to 0, minus C minus 3D minus 3 equal to 0, minus D minus 1 equal to 0. Solving the above 4 equations, we will get A equal to 0, B equal to 1, C equal to 0 and D equal to minus 1. Then pi 1 equal to H L by K. Similarly, second term pi 2 equal to Cp, again the repeating variables rho raised to A1, L raised to B1, mu raised to C1, K raised to D1, equating it to M0, L0, T0, theta 0, putting the dimensions of Cp, rho, L, mu, K and getting the equations, 4 equations, A1 plus C1 plus D1 equal to 0 and minus 3A1 plus B1 plus minus C1 plus D1 plus 2 equal to 0. Solving these equations, we will get A1 equal to 0, B1 equal to 0, C1 equal to 1, D1 equal to minus 1. Then therefore the pi 2 terms will be mu Cp by K. Again, for the third term, pi 3 equal to, we will take the beta g delta theta as the another dependent variable and other same repeating variables rho, L, mu, K and solving as following the similar procedure as done in the previous problem, putting the dimensions of beta g delta theta, rho, L, mu, K, getting the equations, solving the equations, we will get pi 3 terms. Pi 3 equal to beta g delta theta rho square L cube by mu square. It is equal to beta g delta theta L cube by nu square. This pi 3 term is known as a Grashof number. Grashof number is defined as inertia force into buoyancy force divided by viscous force square. It is equal to rho v L square beta g delta theta L cube by mu u v L square. So GR is equal to beta g delta theta L cube by nu square. So according to Buckingham pi theorem, pi 1 is a function of pi 2 and pi 3. Then pi 1 is HL by K, Pi 2 is mu Cp by K is PR, Prandtl number. Pi 3 is again Grashof number. We will get a Nusselt number is equal to C into PR raised to N, GR raised to M. So Nusselt number is obtained as a function of Grashof number and Prandtl number, where C, N and M are constants and GR is the Grashof number. Thus we got a relation between the Nusselt number and the Grashof number. Thank you.